and has paid 5.20 and 180. 4 Ears Ronnie, 2.40. 3 Expect a Star, 1.70. The winner trained here on the track by Alan Denham for Mr. Jeff and Mrs. Beryl White is by Masquet from Pays Noir, and Pays Noir is by Tights. So the horse is well named, Pyjamas, and of course, as in all the White-owned horses, 7 letters in the name. Number 7, Pyjamas, 20 starts for 3 wins, 5 seconds into the third. Number 4, Second Ears Ronnie, a 4-year-old brown gelding by Ron Bon from Eagle Ears, and is trained by John McNair, written by Greg Ryan. And number 3, Third Expect a Stars by Exploding Prospect from John Called Star. 4-year-old chestnut gelding, Rod Bailey, Wyong, Corey Brown, and 6 Alimony was the official 4th. 2:4:47 the time, 2:4:47, a muddling run race. 34:50 was the sectional time, 7:43 the numbers to pay. Quinella 23:40, Exacta $50, 10 trifecta $154. Well, I suppose, I don't know whether he could offer an excuse for we're dancing. Maybe the slow pace didn't quite suit him. He's a dyed-in-the-wool stayer, but he looked face value to have his chance. I thought he was entitled to do better than he did. He's run 6th. And the winner's won pretty...
Choose the Blues on the inside, bounced away okay. Hindu Dancer began fast today, and wider out as Sus, just behind those Distant Beauty. Western Love, and pushing forward now Danzig Star deeper out. It's going to be a terrific charge down to the first turn here. Sus going around the outside, takes it up, leads out by nearly 2 lengths. Hindu Dancer outside at Western Love and Danzig Star deep. A length further back in the race then came Distant Beauty, followed by the outside of it would have been No Foresight as they go to the back from Primrose Petty. Further back in the race then came Super Volt, Choose the Blues, followed by Miss Danehill, and last of all is Whoopie Ride. Into the back of the 1,000-metre mark, Sus led a half length. Danzig Star outside it, 2 then to Western Love. Hindu Dancer 4th the fence. Primrose Penny is trapped 3 deep around the outside of No Foresight. Distant Beauty the fence, a length and a half. Super Volt, Miss Danehill. Whoopie Ride taken to the outside, and Choose the Blues got checked and dropped out 2 lengths last of all. Coming down the side, 7.50 out. The leader on the inside here, Sus from Danzig Star, 2.5 Western Love. Primrose Penny out deep. Hindu Dancer is gone. Further back, Distant Beauty hooks from behind it, followed by Miss Danehill, and Whoopie Ride is taken deep. Then further back, Distant Beauty, followed by Super Volt, and 5 lengths Choose the Blues. Inside the 400, Sus just in front of Danzig Star. Primrose Penny the outside from Miss Danehill. Western Love waiting for a run, and Whoopie Ride is going to be the widest runner now from Distant Beauty when they turn. Sus straightened up nearly a length. Primrose Penny, Miss Danehill and Whoopie Ride to the outside from Western Love. Sus in front, Miss Danehill out in the middle, and Whoopie Ride is coming home well out wide. Miss Danehill and Whoopie Ride get up to the front now from Sus. Miss Danehill in front. Whoopie Ride putting in another bound. Miss Danehill kicks back. I'd say Miss Danehill knows Whoopie Ride. They raced at quarters in the straight. Third would go to Sus back to the inside from Primrose Penny. Then Western Love from Distant Beauty, Super Volt, a gap Hindu Dancer. Further back in the race then came No Foresight, a gap to Danzig Star. And Choose the Blues, a poor run, seemed to be checked inside the 800, tailed off last of all. Photo.
Winner number 4, Miss Danehill in a photo, 6:40.220. That's now confirmed. Number 4, 6:40.220. 1 Whoopie Ride, 160. 7 Sus, 320.
4 Miss Danehill, 6:20, 2:30. 1 Whoopie Ride, 160. 7 Sus, 380.
Third. Numbers after the photo, 417. Miss Danehill just getting in here over Whoopie Ride, who came wide. And number 7 Sus, which led them, has run 3rd, 4th in number 2 Primrose Petty.
Now there's correct weight Perth, race 1 on 537.
Correct. National Racing Service, Triple SFM. Race 5 Eagle Farm, 758. 7 Toasted Gold, $7.
Off. Again, it was a good, even start. Arapley, one of the best out. Schwarzkopf and Sir Anthony jumped well. Butkus not far away. And the same can be said for Russet Royal, but Sir Anthony's got a lead. And as they settle fully into stride, it's Sir Anthony a length. Arapley third, Schwarzkopf, then Butkus, followed by Rosebank. Grey Dawn over on the inside. Russet Royal getting back a little now. At a couple of lengths, Proud Harvest. McJoey second last, and 5 lengths further off is Dino. They race to the 1,000, and Sir Anthony bowls along and increases his lead to 2.5 Arapley. A half length away, third on the inside is Schwarzkopf. About 1 3/4 then Butkus. Greynord is next, followed in the middle by Rosebank, and Russet Royal is a little wide as they pass the 800, and then comes on the inside Proud Harvest. 3/4 of a length on his outside McJoey, and tacking onto the field is Dino. 700 left to go, and Sir Anthony in front, but having his lead whittled down to only a half length by Araplee, a length and a half to Butkus on the outside of Schwarzkopf. The next couple, Grey Dawn, locked up on the inside of Rosebank from Russet Royal, and then Proud Harvest. McJoey second last, a distant last, and under the stick is Dino straightening up, and the leader Sir Anthony, a half length on Araplee, plenty of room for Schwarzkopf, and then Butkus. A length further off is Grey Dawn, seeing daylight, and is giving chase to Sir Anthony. At the 200, Sir Anthony taken on by Grey Dawn, who's going very well. Grey Dawn swept past Sir Anthony. Proud Harvest from a mile back with this model of consistency. Grey Dawn, McJoey flying along the rails will get second, but Grey Dawn blitzed them. McJoey flew to get second, and third on the outside, that was Proud Harvest from Sir Anthony. Dino made up many lengths, and then Russet Royal, Araplee, Butkus, Rosebank, and Absolute in the field, Schwarzkopf.
Correct weight Adelaide 294.
3 Grey Dawn, 390, 150, 1 McJoey, 220, and 7 Proud Harvest, 450. Now, hang on to those numbers at the Gold Coast. We got 569 down the line. Came up on the screen as 561, so stand by to confirm the Gold Coast placing. Getting set at Cooma for the Cup, shortly to Chris.
Grey Dawn drew the rails, settled back a little worse than midfield, into the open stretches in the straight, and raced on for a very solid win. Very honest racehorse by Red Anchor from Dawn Ballerina, a 5-year-old grey gelding, trained by Albert Stapleford at Gosford for T Senior, R.J. Molliver, R.V. Kelly, I.E. Tourneur, J.Y. Chavot, and A.A. Dalzell. And it's a winning double to Danny Beasley. So the Beasleys, Daniel and Len, have won half the program.
Back to Ian in a moment. Now, this is the Sundowners Cup from Cooma. Chris O'Brien.
Exchange and Countess Noir drifted back to the tail. Gently Brave and Frost Free won the Jump State County going forward, and the pace is going on. Spirit of the West drives up from My Money. They were followed by Dancing Off and Queen Elita's Trap wide in for a tan. Wuji drifting back, Countess Noir and Ackerburn back to second last. Kingston Exchanges at the tail, about 13 or 14 from the leader. Gently Brave at the 1,000-metre mark is setting a very solid tempo. He's out by 3 on Frost Free. State County third the outside. A gap away Wuji, who's starting to make up ground from Spirit of the West, ridden along, and My Money tucked in behind them. Dancing Off, Queen Elita, Countess Noir, and a lot of these runners are off the bit with the quick tempo. Ackerburn as well back within for a 10, and Kingston Exchange. The horse up for sale is back at the tail. Down the hill at the 800-metre mark, and Gently Brave, 1 length State County going up to have a crack at him. Wuji starting to move into it from Frost Free, and My Money's away from the rail and starting to move up stylishly. The rest are off the bit, including Dancing Off and Spirit of the West, Ackerburn, and in for a 10. Towards the top of the straight in the Sundowners Cup, 2:20 to go. He had to go for Gently Brave. On the outside, My Money swept up quickly and dashed to the lead. My Money had raced 2 lengths clear on Gently Brave. He's put 3 or 4 on the My Money. He's coming away in the Sundowners Cup for one of the best wins you're going to see. He's sprinting away to score by about 8 or 9 lengths. Dancing Off, Wuji fight out the minors, then Gently Brave. They were followed in by Infratown and Countess Noir as they go behind the Stewards Tower out of sight. Spirit of the West, Kingston Exchange, Frost Free well back. Then came Queen Elita, State County. I might have missed a couple when they went out of sight. But, oh, gee, when he let My Money go, he's gone from 3 lengths behind them to being about 7 or 8 in front. He just darted away from them in the twinkling of an eye. My Money, number 12, ridden by A. Leighton. Sprinted away for a very comfortable winner.
So there we have it, the Cooma, that was the Sundowners Cup, in fact, there with Chris O'Brien.
Set to go, racing. Came out in a good line. Cyrinel dropping out after the start. Storm Rebel began well with Matago. Pearl Prince pushing forward now from Savrock. Sergris further out when they settle down. Further back then is Eddie Yardy, followed by Jade Start, Fronzarelli. Exciting Ranch and Cyrinel around the first turn. Pearl Prince inside. Sergris is going to go up and head it off now. Sergris on the outside led a half length, now a length in front. From back on the inside, Pearl Prince and Savrock has gone up third, a length and a half Matago as they drop the speed in front a little from Jade Start and Eddie Yardy out 3 deep. A length Storm Rebel, 1.5 Fonzarelli, 2 Cyrinel, Exciting Ranch, 1,000 to go. Matego. And the leader, Cerberus, to the back by 2. Pearl Prince in a good position, second. A length and a half further back, Savrock, fourth on the inside, Matego. 2 to Jade Start, fifth on the outside of Storm Rebel, 6. 1.5, Idiati outside, Fonzarelli. 2 further back, Cyrenelden, Exciting Ranch. Inside the 800-metre mark, Cerberus nearly a length in front. Pearl Prince away from the leader's heels, comes to the outside, 2.5, then Savrocker. Outside Matego, 2 to Jade Start, ridden along. Idiati goes around it from Storm Rebel back to the fence from Fonzarelli, hard ridden. Then Cyrenelg, Exciting Ranch as they race to the 400. Pearl Prince is closing on Cerberus, 1.5, Matego, Savrocker. Idiati to the outside, 2 to Jade Start, and then Storm Rebel getting away from the inside. On the turn, Cerberus a half in front now from Pearl Prince under some pressure. Behind those, Matego. Wider out on the track, Savrocker, Storm Rebel trying to get out with Idiati. In the straight, Cerberus in front. Pearl Prince grabs it. Pearl Prince put its head in front. Idiati down the outside. Storm Rebel getting a late run with Matego. Pearl Prince coming again. Cerberus, or they hit it. Cerberus has kicked again with Pearl Prince, and there's nothing in this. Just ahead of either Storm Rebel and Matego. Good finish. Idiati just behind that 4 from Savrocker. Jade Start from Cyrenelg, Gap Fonzarelli, and Exciting Ranch. A photo.
And if it goes to number 9, Cerberus, 22.70, 5.30, 2 Pearl Prince, 4.40, 1.80 for third, 5 Storm Rebel, 2.40, 8 Matego, 3.20. The winner is 9 Cerberus.
9 Cerberus, 16.30, 3.80. Second to 2 Pearl Prince to pay 1.60 and 5. Has got third Storm Rebel, $2.40. The daily double in Melbourne, combination of 4 and 9 to return 3 and 9 rather 3 and 9, that daily double to return $110.40. New South Wales dividends
$22.70 the win, 5.30 the place, 2 Pearl Prince 1.80, 5 Storm Rebel 2.40, the Quinella 41.30, Exacta 125.80, 925 Trifecta 721.60. News from
Minor
Perth.
protest it is, a minor protest.
I'm back.
set for the Cooma Cup. Here's Chris O'Brien.
Starter is in position. He sends them on their way, and Call Me Oscar and Sylvania Boy were both a little slow to go. Are going to drift back to the tail, and they'll come into sight very shortly. Here they are, and Fading Light is driving through looking for the lead. Gold Tarlac up on his outside, and Farzak eases back to third. Monclown's on his outside. Cloud Dancing racing three wide. Three away Sylvania Boy, and a further three to Call Me Oscar back at the tail. Into the back. They've got just under 1,200 to go, and Gold Tarlac has pulled his way to a three-quarter of a length.
Record the rest off the Gold
Quickly
Coast.
so suited Hay Booker and Super Horse and Picnic by the Bay got out.
Outer, a half length away, Sylvania Boy, and Call Me Oscar is last. 900 metres left to run in the Cooma Cup. 8 or 9 lengths cover them. Gold Tarlac bowling along. 2 in front of Fading Light. 1.5 Cloud Dancing. Farzak is pocketed away on the fence. Sylvania Boy the grey goes up 3 wide. Half length away to Monclown, and 2 to Call Me Oscar the tail, about 7 lengths from the leader. Gold Tarlac is the Cooma Cup field down the hill, going inside the 600. Fading Light puts pressure on the outside. Farzak third, they're spreading. A length away.
Set Sydney.
Sylvania Boy. Monclown pushing up on the inside, and Call Me Oscar at the tail, still 5 from them. They're inside the 300-metre mark. Gold Tarlac in front of Fading Light. Farzak pushing up for a run on the inside. He can't get it though. And then came Cloud Dancing, and Monclown pushing his way out into the straight to the 200, and Gold Tarlac just in front. Now Farzak gets the run. On the outside is Fading Light, and Monclown coming with a big run. Farzak and Monclown go away. Monclown, Farzak stride for...
Off on the festival.
Fading Light and Monclown coming with a big run. Farzak and Monclown go away. Monclown, Farzak stride for stride. They hit it. Monclown has narrowly beaten Farzak in the Cooma Cup. Call Me Oscar third. Fading Light, Gold Tarlac, then came Cloud Dancing. Sylvania Boy is back at the top.
7 Monclown got the verdict there at Cooma from 1 Farzak and 2 Call Me Oscar. 7-1-2 on the Cooma Cup. It was a nose by 3/4, 135.6. We thank Chris O'Brien for his call of the Cooma Cup today, going to Monclown. Back to Ian.
But it just shows you here. Off on the festival. And a good line. Monet's Cove and My Halo broke the smartest out. Magic Road hopped into stride nicely. Shifting is right up there. And Old Juggler's not far away either as they settle down. But Batwing's got a lead from My Halo broke. Shifting and Monet's Cove fourth, wide of Magic Road. And then Regal Curated Juggler. A length and a half then to Umpire. And on his outside, and 3 deep Revenue Razor. 2 deep Snipperninker and 2.5 Astro Boy. To the 800 marker, and Batwing shows the way from My Halo broken on a limb Magic Road. Shifting is fourth on the inside of Monet's Cove and wider out Revenue Razor, then Regal Curator. Juggler back on the fence, a length to umpire with three behind him. They are Deep Snip, Astro Boy and Inga travelling to the corner. They've got 500 ahead of the field and Batwing about 3/4 to a length. My Halo Broke on the inside is Shifting and Magic Road is wider out. A length to Monet's Cove and then comes Regal Curator, Revenue Razor and umpires on the extreme outside down to the 300 and Batwing giving them something to chase. He got away. He's 2 lengths. My Halo Broke, Shifting, Monet's Cove, Regal Curator and then Juggler and umpire forget Revenue Razor. Batwing in front but Monet's Cove is tackling strongly. Batwing grabbed by Monet's Cove. Look at Juggler flying down the outside. Oh boy, did he make it? It's close. Juggler and Monet's Cove split it locked together from Batwing, Deep Snip, Regal Curator, Shifting and umpire. Astro Boy followed at the head of the others, My Halo Broke, Revenue Razor, and the last two in were Inga and Magic Road.
Gold Coast numbers 2, 7 and 6.
Oh boy, what a finish here. This old man has just jumped out of the ground on the outside Juggler. He came out after Monet's Cove, who got the better of Batwing.
Great go there, one Juggler at 8.10, 270, all 5 Monet's Cove at 8.30, 260, 3 Batwing to return 350, very close there. Let's replay that last bit of the Cooma Cup with Chris.
On the outside is Fighting Light and Monclown coming with a big run. Farzak and Monclown go away. Monclown, Farzak, stride for stride, they hit it. Monclown has narrowly beaten Farzak in the Cooma Cup. Call Me Oscar third. Fighting Light, Gold Tarlac, then came Cloud Dancing, Sylvania Boy is back at the top.
7 Mon Clown got the verdict there at Cooma from 1 Farzak and 2 Call Me Oscar. 7-1-2 on the Cooma Cup. It was a nose by 3/4, 135.6. We thank Chris O'Brien for his call of the Cooma Cup today, going to Mon Clown. Back to Ian.
But it just shows you here
Moving into
how
Toowoomba.
close it is. Could we have a dead heat on our hands? 1:16.11 the time. The sectional 34.33. And here's the number. Number 5 has lasted. Monet's Cove, written by L. Beasley. Number 5, Monet's Cove, L. Beasley is first. Number 1 is second, that is Juggler, written by Corey Brown. At number 3, Batwing, written by G. Cooksley in the third spot, 5, 1 and 3. By G, and there's a shot on track of the finish. It was the closest thing we've seen to a dead heat here for a long time. Monet's Cove by Mononga Healer from Lush Gypsy, a 5-year-old chestnut gelding trained by Bill Mitchell. For Mr. K.Y. Lim, written by Len Beasley.
In the In the final race here, a Nap Hill bounced out very quickly. Going forward, Mrs. Bentley today goes up quickly on the outside of Nap Hill. Graceful Emma just behind them with Lady Baton. Rose of Tally pulling away forward. Wisteria Walk going around the outside. Further back than Baby Boomer, followed by Meliti. Miss Angelique and Currency out a little deep around that first turn. Nap Hill got the front into the back now at the 12.50 by a length and a half. Rose of Talic. 1 then to Wisteria Walk. 2 further back. Mrs. Bentley running fourth. Currency goes up outside at fifth. Then Meliti. Graceful Emma the inside, a half to a length for the back. Lady Baton. Baby Boomer has drifted back and Miss Angelique just had to ease last of all. 1,000 out. Down the back and the last, the leader here is Nap Hill, nearly a length in front of Rose of Talic. Wisteria Walk parked over on the inside. Third, a length and a half. Currency fourth. Fifth on the inside, then came Mrs. Bentley. 2 then to Meliti. Graceful Emma's got 3 behind it. Lady Baton, Baby Boomer to the outside, and Miss Angelique last of all. Up the side, 6.50 out. Nap Hill in the last, about a half length in front of Rose of Talic. A length further back, Mrs. Bentley quickly going to third from Wisteria Walk fourth. Off the fence goes Graceful Emma from Meliti, and further back then Currency dropping out from Baby Boomer. 2 further back, Miss Angelique, and Lady Baton has dropped out to the tail. On the turn inside the 350 metre mark, and the leader Nap Hill from Rose of Talic. Mrs. Bentley starting to come into it very quickly outside this leader now. 2 further back, Graceful Emma, and further back then Meliti. Mrs. Bentley has quickly raced to Nap Hill from Rose of Talic. A length further back, Graceful Emma coming home well. Mrs. Bentley in front at the 100. On the outside, Graceful Emma and Rose of Talic fighting back. 3 in line, Mrs. Bentley, Graceful Emma on the outside. Mrs. Bentley, they hit it. Bubba the heads up and down here. Mrs. Bentley or the outside, Graceful Emma. I'd say they've just beaten the inside, Rose of Talic, in a great go. Head bobbing finished that one, followed by Miss Angelique. Then Wisteria Walk, Meliti, Baby Boomer, a gap, Nap Hill, Lady Baton, and Currency last of all.
It was 9 Mrs. Bentley, 340, 160, 1 Graceful Emma, 480, 180, 4 Rose of Talic, 280.
Close go, 9 Mrs. Bentley, 341.60, all one graceful Emma, 5.52 even with 4 rows of Tallac, 2.90 correct weight Perth. Mrs. Bentley's got at Melbourne, number 9.
Number 9, she's just dropped her head down in the centre at the right time on the post. Terrific finish there, as you see on the big screen. And Mrs. Bentley bringing her head down at the right time. As only Mrs. Bentley could, I'm sure. Anyway, she's bobbed at the right time to beat Graceful Emma by a whisker in the last. And about a head away third will be Rose of Tallac. Great finish. 3 of the mares coming up the straight with the head seesawing. And Mrs. Bentley has got the prize. 9-1-4.
Field of 11 started to climb his stand. Grey Bell sitting back a little. Wants to get a head round at a gate 2. That's rectified. Rider. They're off. Fraud got the best of the start. Space Prince got out well, and so too did Baycan Empire. Right up there early is the Grail, followed by Prince Sienna and 2 lengths Pirates Jan, followed by at the head of the others Le Mans. The inside is Grey Bell, 2.5 King of Atlantis Noble Challenge, and last of all is Top Shot. 7.50 to go, and Space Prince is a clear-cut leader. A length and a quarter Baycan Empire, 2.5 to Fraud wide out, followed in the centre next by the Grail. On the inside Prince Sienna, then Pirate Jan, followed by Le Mans. Grey Bell has got 3 behind her, and they are King of Atlantis Noble Challenge and Top Shot. Travelling down to the corner at the 500, and the Queen Bee train galloper Space Prince left alone in front, a length and a half on Baycan Empire as they straighten for the run of the judge. On the inside is Prince Sienna, then Fraud, and a length and a half further back the Grey. The Grail and Grey Bell are starting to hunt up on the inside as they come down to the 200, and Space Prince is the leader, a length Prince Sienna, followed on the outside Baycan Empire. They're closing in on Space Prince. Prince Sienna the inside, Fraud, and the stablemate Baycan Empire. Space Prince is still in front. He's clinging on. He's home. Space Prince from Prince Sienna, Fraud or Baycan Empire, and then Grey Bell, followed home by the Grail, Le Mans, and then Top Shot. Further off in the race, King of Atlantis, Pirate Jan, and Noble Challenge at the tail of the field.
Number 12, Space Prince, 381.90. 9, Prince Sienna to return 670. Those for third, 5, Fraud, 220, or 3, Baycan Empire, 220.
$3.80, very heavily backed. 380 the win and 170 for the place. Number 12, Space Prince B. York, winning the final event. Number 9, Prince Sienna, will run second, ridden by Brad Pengelly. It'll pay $4.80, and 5 will be third, Fraud, ridden by Corey Brown, and it'll pay $2. There they go now. 12, 9 and 5 on the last run in 1:10.16. 34.77 was the sectional time, and the winner is trained at Queanbeyan by Neville Late for his wife Barb, and also K.G. O'Leary, K.H. Rosenberg and W. Dimoff by Opera Prince from Empire Lover Bay Gelding 4, and Brian York in the saddle beating Prince Sienna. Second up from a long spell by Victory Prince from Covalham, Ron Quinton training. Brad Pengelly rode the 6-year-old Chestnut Gelding, and Fraud, a 4-year-old Bay Gelding Bellotto from Atcourt, Brian Guy, Corey Brown. And the 4th, 5th and 6th placings for the Superfecta will be along shortly. Quinella 42.80, Exacta 69.20, and the Trifecta $420.20. And the 4th, 5th and 6th. Number 3 ran 4th. That was Baycan Empire. Number 10 was 5th, Grey Bell. And number 8, Top Shot, made up ground for 6th. 12, 9, 5, 3, 10, 8. The Superfecta numbers on the last of the day. Yeah, good dogged win by Space Prince. And, well, somebody's landed some big bets. I thought doing the tips last night, gee, there's a good priced horse. 12 to 1, but plenty of others obviously shared my thoughts. Opened up 4 to 1 and backed in on track to probably got 4s, got out probably a little at the death, probably started around 13 to 4, and on the tote the punters have come for it 11 to 4. Superfect has been won, $95,965.30, and here are the margins. 3/4 of a length, a short head in the last, 110.16, 34.77 sectional, and here's the winner, Space Prince, coming back after a dogged all-the-way win in the last of the day. And now the totes.
At the start, Toowoomba.
Number 12, Space Prince, 380, 170. Number 9, Prince Sienna, 480. Number 5, Fraud, $2. 42.80 Quinella. Exacta, 69.20. Trifecta, $420.20. The Superfecta on 12.95, 310.8, $95,965.30. Winners today: 7 Clandent, Len Beasley the first, 8 Tiramani, Dan Beasley the second, 3 Eyes to Spy, Brian York the third, the fourth 6 Dr. Squill, Dan Nikolic, the fifth to 7 Pyjamas, Brian York, the 6 to 3 Grey Dawn, Dan Beasley, the 7th went to 5 Monet's Cove, Len Beasley, and the last to 12 Space Prince, Brian York. So a day of doubles for jockeys and a winning training double to Peter Domkins. That wraps it up from Rosehill Gardens.
We thank Ian Craig for his coverage today.